Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm still working in my Mindful art journal. We're calling this Mindful because this is the one where I have done several of the ones where we stop and we think and we make deliberate choices, and I think that's how I'm going to work this journal. It won't be the random abstracts. Will be abstracts because this is going to be an abstract today, but maybe a little more mindful with the mark making and all of the different elements that maybe we put in here, and I'm in the mood to continue on. So I have pulled a color card to inspire the colors, and I picked one that was kind of crazy, and I wouldn't normally pick these colors. From Color Cube Volume 2 by Sarah Renee Clark. I just pulled that out of here. So many times people say, what is your favorite cube out of 1 and 2? And I think they're basically the same. But I do tend to pull the majority of the colors that I use out of Cube 2. So if you're wanting to just get one and you want to try one out, 2 is the one I generally pull from because I just seem to love those a tiny bit better for no reason at all other than I just generally tend to like those. It is much cheaper to get both cubes though, and it's way cheaper than printing your own because I printed like 25 cards from my own photos that I made color palettes from, and those 25 cards were $40, whereas these 250 cards are like $40, and so they just have a wonderful deal that they got on those because they order so many. So I'm working with the Ocean Paper set still. I think this is the Around the World collection, and I pulled out Indigo Warm, Mustard, which is not as bright as that yellow, but I just didn't like that brightness, so I used these as inspiration, gives me a direction, sets me on a path of colors, but I still reserve the right to tweak them or to switch them if I need to, or add other colors later as I get inspired. And then I've got Wildflower, and then Silt, and then this last one is, what is that last one? Cambrian Blue. Okay, that's a pretty color. So that's where I'm going today. And I'm going to just shut these and set these on top. And I'm going to add some water to them so that they're getting activated as I put that indigo into that yellow. Oops. So there's our inspiration card 252. This one I think is going to be just more abstract than the last ones that I've done, but we'll be a little more mindful and maybe fill in with mark making, so we'll see. I'm just trying to make this as flat as possible. So this is the one where I've got lots of different watercolor papers in there. This one might be in arches, but I did, you know, I kind of mixed them up in this book, but then I didn't really keep track of what I did. So I'm going to just kind of fill the page maybe with abstract kind of shapes, not necessarily like squares or circles or whatever that, you know, maybe we've done before, but I want to just kind of get us started, maybe some elongated organic shapes. Let's say that's what we're doing. Elongated organic. How about that? And then hopefully when we're done, we'll pull it together with some mark making. So we are doing kind of abstract, but still kind of just going with the flow here. And maybe I'll leave some white space also for, you know, some mark making areas, so I'll try to keep that in mind and maybe not try to do all solid color across the whole thing. And I might let some bleed into each other. That might not have been the best choice to touch those, orange and blue, because it'll kind of turn into mud. But it's all about the play and the discovery. And if you didn't know, orange and blue make brown mud. This would be, you know, an excellent learning opportunity in that case. Oh, okay, what's my least favorite color? The yellow. Oh, you know what we could do? We could make some of these not solid. What about that? And this indigo one seems like the perfect one to have done that with, because it's kind of cool. Like, look at that. I'm kind of digging that. I feel like I need maybe up here, maybe a... Okay, I'm definitely digging the not solid. Okay. So that was pretty cool. Now I'm almost feeling like we should go back and possibly do maybe another one or two of those, but in a different color. That one did not work out. That one did not work out. This one does not show up. The indigo worked out like crazy good. All right, maybe an orange one, and then we'll let these do their thing for some mark making. Kind of feeling like right through here, and maybe even one like right here. And then I'm going to make myself stop before I overfill, because I want white space, and if I keep going I will not have the white space. And I do kind of like the way some of them are running a little bit, so I'm okay with that. So I think I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll come in with some mark making. So I'll be right back. All right, this has dried, and I think I'm going to do some mark making and then maybe some dots and lines, and just see like what can we come up with. And so I'm gonna start I got the Micron 08 pen, and I'm just going to be kind of mindful in making maybe some lines here, and just kind of slow thinking and relaxing, not trying to get into a hurry, and just seeing where can we end up. Okay, I like that. Kind of thinking I'm gonna get my Posca pen out. Maybe I'll get the bigger one out. Oh, not the big one, but oh yeah, maybe the big one. Let's just do it. Ooh, okay, I like that. I'm getting kind of excited here. That was super fun. Maybe I'll get the medium one out. I'm feeling like little dots maybe. Kind of feeling like, what if, let's pull out this opaque white. Just trying out different things. It's the perfect little sampler kind of piece. This is the Copic opaque white. I'm kind of thinking that, you know, maybe some, just some white, just to try out a different supply than I normally pull out. Because why not? We don't normally pull out this one, and we can just see how that ends up when it dries. So I kind of wanted to make a little S there. Maybe I'll do another one, some white over here. Maybe not in an S, but maybe just something along. I've got kind of thinking gold at the end, but I'm gonna pull out, got all kinds of stuff, but I've got that gold mica ink I've got in a fine tip liner, and I hadn't pulled it out in a while, but it might be nice kind of as we're going to have gold lines or something. I'm almost even thinking like some dark lines, so maybe my liquid graphite, and just throwing out some ideas. Feel like mark making, so maybe some of these little Arctics acrylic markers, because this had a good color, so I'm kind of feeling like this might be a good one, and so maybe some extra mark making that just adds to what I've already got going on. Don't put your hand in the paint. Why'd I do that? I totally forgot. That was extra thick over there. I'm glad it didn't actually ruin it, but hello. Don't put your hand in the paint, Denise. Like, what the heck? Ooh, I like that. It's just something very subtle. I'm almost thinking, go with me here, what if we had done this black kind of as coming down a little further, kind of continuing on with that design, really just visually pulling it through the piece. Look at that. Now it kind of pulls us through there. I like that. That was just a Posca pen. I'm just kind of thinking and moving around and kind of considering. What about a yellow by this Arctics? These are acrylic markers too, and I like them. And they do neat things. Having the brush tip and lots of other colors, and they're fairly reasonable. So that's a fun, kind of matches that right there. Good choice. Choice. Okay, weirdly enough, I'm liking this crazy yellow, and I'm not a yellow person for the most part. I like ochre, but that's about it in the yellow family, usually. All right, that's fun. Different, totally different. Let's see, I've got the big manga collection over here, so I do like having all the choices. That's a pretty color. I'm kind of wondering, what if, and this stuff takes forever to dry, so I'm about to regret doing this, but I'm kind of thinking maybe some graphite shapes. Ooh, I like that. Come in off the side there. Oh, yeah. All right, I might regret it because I didn't shake it, but it takes forever to dry, but that's okay. Now, let's shake this one up. This is just the gold mica ink in a fine line tip, fine tip. And this stuff works great in here. Kind of thinking, wouldn't it be fun to maybe just have some fun little line work. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's fun. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like maybe I need one more thing. Okay, I can't even get that. I can't even see where that is to get that back in there. I don't want it to dry before I got the, there we go. Got to get the needle tip in so it doesn't ever dry in there. Feel like I need one more thing, like right there. Like what, like a kind of like a crazy yellowy orangey something, because we have the dark, we have some movement, we have the gold. What are we thinking? Kind of thinking, what are we thinking? I don't want to ruin it. I'm right there with you there. I almost want to pull out a pastel, and at the same time I do try to avoid the pastels in these books, but I could go spray it. Could pull out some, I don't know, I'm kind of, here's my Mungyo pastels, which I love. And like, you know, this color here fits right in with all those. And it's a different texture. This is golden yellow. And then, of course, I need to spray this with a fixative when I'm done, since I am adding some pastel. So I use the Sennelier pastel fixative. And I might even slip in a piece of wax paper just to make sure it doesn't transfer over to here. But I'm kind of feeling like I just need that pop of color in there somehow. That was what it wanted. Oh my gosh. Let's just pull a tiny bit down here, just as like a little, just a little tiny bit. Okay, even put one right up there. Oh my gosh, that is so it right there. Now I want this stuff to dry because that graphite takes a while, but I think I'm ready to look at it. So, and this other page was just a really beautiful handmade paper, which I may just leave like it is because it's beautiful. That's why I like these handmade papers in here. It's your choice to do something with it or not. And of course I have to be super careful not to scrub my hand across some of this, which I am definitely prone to do, as we know. So I'm kind of wanting to keep this semi-flat, so maybe I'll just do that right there. Oh my gosh, look at this one. What a fun sampler piece today. Perfect! Ah! And here's our inspiration palette. Look how fun that turned out. Totally would not have picked those colors, but I'm loving how we got it here. I could have even done a little darker with the orange, but I like the pop like we got it. All right, I hope you guys had fun painting with me today and trying out a rather larger, more mindful, but still abstract sampler piece that we painted today. And I'll see you guys next time.